Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back. We have a birthday boy sitting up here with us today. Our Vice President's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I take donations.
Don't we all? All right, we'll get started with delegations. First up, Mr. D.A.
All right, thank you very much. It's not often I get to come up here with really good news, but I have some pretty good news for the police jury. As you know, for 22-23, the police jury received for 2 years $230,000 from the opioid money. And then last year for 24, they received $115,000. Well, the police jury got a check for $320,000 this week, or last week. What day was it, Jamie?
A couple of weeks ago.
So I called the DA's association who handles the funds and asked them, why is it so big? And they said, well, there were a lot of smaller settlements other than the big settlement which started the whole trend for the 18-year program. And she said, don't get too excited. It is $320,000, but a lot of the smaller companies who had to pay in the lawsuit paid everything at once. Some of them are going to pay it over 6 years, some of them over 8 years, and then some of them over 18 years. So whatever the opioid and the police jury, opioid committee and the police jury approves, everyone who receives funding needs to understand that it will not be $320,000 next year. Okay? So you'll have to use some judgment and wisdom about how to spend it. They could not give us the specific figures of how much was paid as a one-time payment. They're working on that now. Hopefully by the time the committee meets, we'll have those figures to be able to tell the committee and let them know how much is available and how much to expect the next year. So I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Only concern I have, you said wait, I wouldn't wait.
I'm sorry, what?
You said wait to disperse it, or?
Oh, no, you don't have to
320?
wait to disperse
I
it.
mean, all at once, or?
Well, I mean, let the committee decide that. I mean,
Okay,
they want
but I
to do
mean-
it for 6 months, whatever. But the point I'm making is when you give it to the entities who receive the money, they need to understand it will not be this much next year.
Okay.
Because just about everybody has
I'm just, my
settled.
concern is that,
They can't take the money back,
okay, all right.
okay? I
All
can
right.
tell you that.
All right.
Just give it all.
Any questions? That's a good deal.
And whenever
I
the,
talked to Charlie about it,
Okay.
and,
yeah, whenever the
my
committee
plan.
meets, I'll come. Hopefully by the time the committee meets, we'll have the actual figures of how much was one-time payment and how much was spread out over several years, and then the balance of it is over 18 years.
and I've also talked to each committee member.
Yeah, just in it, okay.
All right.
That's good news.
That's it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Next up, we have Mr. Chapman on the Marksville City Council.
Good afternoon, all. Carl Chapman, Marksville City Council. Nice to be here with you this afternoon. First of all, before I start speaking about what I'm actually here to speak about this afternoon, I'd like to thank you all for reaching out to us with the South Washington Street issue that we're having. We do appreciate that. I know that the citizens will as well once we can get a fix there. But what I'm here to speak to you about today is after learning about the recent budget cuts, those specifically affecting the Christmas lighting at the courthouse, and how much that's been an enjoyed tradition over the years. I was unable to just sit back and realize that to happen. So I formed a committee with some individuals that are active in the community to continue that initiative here in Marksville. I've identified some folks who have agreed to work side by side with each other to push this initiative forward and hopefully make it better than it's been in the past years. With some work over the next few months, we'll see that realized, hopefully. The only thing that we're asking from the jury is use of your building. It'd be hard for us to have Christmas at the courthouse without the courthouse. So we need the building, and we may need some small favors from the jury, but it's our hope that we won't need anything financially from the jury, because our intent is to solicit and have this entirely sponsored by businesses and other community partners.
Well, that's how it used to be. You know,
Well-
everybody would get, I mean, the people that did things for the jury would put up money and Allison would buy, I don't know whatever happened to all that stuff.
Lights and all that, they got old and they wouldn't.
Yeah, but they had all kind of figurines out there. and-
That was some of the figurines deal.
I mean, it-
Well, all
it
of
was a
those,
big thing.
whatever the jury currently possesses, we would love to look at it to see if, if we could use it. But if not, we'll move forward with whatever, the
You're
plan.
aware of what the cost was in the past?
I am.
Okay.
8,000 last year?
We
Yeah.
talked.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm aware of that. I've actually got some pledges already that will probably, just not even, before I've even met with the committee, that would probably cover half of what was spent in the last year.
That's very, very nice of y'all.
Okay? Questions?
Yeah.
We put it on the agenda to vote on it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to let them use the building and participate,
Yeah.
sure.
okay, we'll do that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir?
Have you talked to Todd?
Todd is actually is one of the committee members.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
Todd
Mhm.
said he was going to work actively to get that done. I
Yeah,
talked to him.
yeah, Todd is one of the committee members, myself, Miss Jamie Wiley, Miss Lena Lee, Miss Melissa Gudo,
I'd like to be on it because I'm
He's
courthouse
over the-
chairman.
He's over the courthouse, so put it on.
and Mr. Mark Borrell as a special alternate.
Let's call him, let's call him.
Yeah, as a liaison between us and the building owners.
Call his cell phone.
If you can give me the number, I'll call it. Yeah,
We thank you, Mr. Chapman.
all right, thank you.
How do you want me to, Mr. Carl, how do you want me to put it on the agenda to vote? Is it gonna be like, Marksville? any
I don't
particular-
wanna condense it to Marksville.
I don't know.
You know,
how-
because it's the parish courthouse.
Right.
Um,
But to
I would,
allow
I've,
Christmas committee,
Christmas, courthouse Christmas committee, yeah.
got it,
Sound good.
All
All
right,
right.
we'll put it on the agenda.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Carl.
Thank you all.
Back
Thank
to
you,
back,
Carl.
good news. All right. We'll go to our committee reports. Ms. Jamie, you up first? You want?
It's so early in the year, we don't really have anything to report. By next month, we should have everything posted for the month of January. This usually happens every, meeting of the new year, so
Okay,
next month I'll have something ready.
all right. Mr. Joey, OSEP, anything?
We have the hazardous mitigation kickoff meeting on the 15th at 10 o'clock. I know there's a bunch of confusion for everybody had emails.
We got 50.
Yes, sir. And every time we,
100 emails, I
and
think.
that's why I just deleted the whole thing, because Mr. Sam said, I don't know how many he got.
I got about
Yeah.
40.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, every time that somebody would comment or whatever, it would go to everybody and accept or deny or whatever. So I just deleted the whole thing. But it's the 15th of January, 10 o'clock a.m. here at the meeting room.
All right.
We'll start with that. Yes, sir.
Joe, I don't know what your format is either, but I couldn't open them.
It should have been in Word.
It was Outlook, wasn't it?
Huh?
It wasn't an Outlook
Outlook
invite?
or Word, yes.
I couldn't open them.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be my phone, because I'm just a step above Mark on cell phone.
No, I couldn't open it either, just the date was on it, I could open it.
Sometimes Word and it's hard to open on everybody's.
So, that's about all I have at this time.
Okay, so January 15th.
We
10
missed
o'clock.
the ice
Yep.
this week, which is a good thing.
Yes.
So we've been very fortunate with hurricanes
Yeah.
and
Yep.
disasters.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Calvin, road bridges and drainage.
I asked Mr. Chapman to, stay back for just a minute, because I was gonna update y'all on Washington Street. So I'll start off with that.
Okay.
Mark and Mr. Clyde called me early this morning, when they heard about all that. I didn't know
Well, I
anything
was at
about
the
it.
meeting last night.
Yeah, so we talked about this early this morning, so, anyway, I went out and, met with Claude, Rondell's out right now, and then met with y'all engineers. Yeah, engineers made a recommendation, of 24-inch pipe, which is what you had there, they're not there anymore. So, well, we offered, what I told them on our end, we have the 24-inch pipe sitting in our yard. If Marksville needs it, we can go and help them install it, they just reimburse us. You know, we do an IGA on that valve. I've also got our distributors that we buy culverts from, checking availability in their yards. So y'all may be able to buy it directly. The engineers asked me when was the earliest we could get there, because the Marksville did have to shut the street off today. I said we could be there Monday morning. You know, I have a machine that just came back in, it's still sitting on low board. So, that's where we're at on Washington, waiting on anything back from Delta Engineering and Claude. And, I should hear something early tomorrow morning on availability of new pipe from the yard, where we don't have to reimburse or anything like that, you know.
If we would do, an IGA for the pipe, what would that, do we know what that cost would be?
It's no cost on it, we're just gonna go help y'all. Like, I mean, every time Marksville has asked for anything, we've always been there.
That's right.
Every time, just like any of other cities, villages, we helped Manchester earlier this week on a big washout. You know, when we incur a cost, then we'll pass it on to the municipality, other than our labor and our equipment, you know. But, in the past, unless it was a really big job, where the entity might be asked to pay for the fuel or something like that. But every time Marshall was asked, we've been there, we haven't charged y'all on Bordelon Street, Legion, Preston, the one over there on the highway by the big sewer job, the one by the high school, we spent 2 weeks over there with Marshall on that drainage job, and, the parish has never asked that or anything, so,
But-
just, unless the jury says otherwise.
But you were asking for a value of the pipe.
Yes.
Well, I don't know that yet till I get that back from the distributor, but y'all have the same prices as we do. I just let them know we had some sitting on our yard. Because I know y'all wanna get this street fixed ASAP, because it is a main.
You couldn't look at an invoice, a back invoice, and see what we paid for the property.
Mine was early last year.
That was it's a
could've
metal
went up.
pipe?
Metal pipe, yeah, galvanized. They're looking at some aluminized and see if they had any of that in stock, which will last another, instead of 20 years, last 40.
They probably won't get nothing by Monday.
Well, we might. They might. I got, these distributors thought he might have had some in stock, but that was at 2 o'clock this afternoon when I finally got a hold to it. So, but I'll know something early tomorrow morning. Yeah, and the prices of the pipe, you know. As far as our end with the equipment, and I'm just gonna have probably myself there doing the work. Unless the jury wants to do something else, it'd be like we always have, no good, no call. Anytime Marksville's called, we've always been there to help, so we'll continue to do that. All right?
But we cannot redo all the streets in Marksville.
No.
That was my next question. That was my next question.
When we get all of ours overlaid and
fix all of
done,
ours.
I imagine we'll move to Marksville.
Okay, well, that's a good plan.
When ours are 100%, we'll move to Marksville.
Very
How's
good.
that?
Very good.
Okay, following off of that, we had the holidays just passed us where a lot of us tried to take a few days off, and a lot of that didn't work out. I see some of y'all smiling up there, but that's okay, just that's the way the weather comes, you know. Over the Christmas holidays, the Sunday night before Christmas, the Sunday night after Christmas, we had crews that worked all night, and I came in and took their, Saturday night, then I took their places all day Sunday, me and a couple other guys. So, but we got all the roads cleared within a very short time, and everybody home safe, so all that worked out good. Everybody should have got pictures except Mark of the new grab truck that came in yesterday, but I told him about it. And so the company's going to have a representative at our office next Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock, doing a full safety protocol and everything else on the truck. So if anybody wants to come next Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock, they're flying them in from the manufacturer. So, pretty nice unit. It's replacing a 2012 model.
But the old one still works.
The old one still works. We've got a lot of issues with it, you know, that we've been limping it along for the last year and a half. And Mr. Clyde and I are looking at probably having an auction for old equipment in the spring sometime, spring, early summer. And it'll probably need to go, you know. The old one was the one we never could get a computer fixed on it, never could get the engine right, so you got to have a man in the cab holding the accelerator down. Everything's running, you know. This one here, everything works from on top. You know, and if you get out of the seat, everything shuts off. Very nice. And it came with a seat belt. We have to put one on it like we did the old one.
If they use it.
Yeah, we got a load in, still has a load in it right now, going back out. They're using it to move big logs from our yard to the sheriff's office, and they're gonna start hauling that big pile of bunkie. And, I'm sure after this right here, we'll have some more trees down anyway, so. Budget-wise, rock, and everybody's always talking about limestone aggregate. We came in about $2,300 or $2,700 under the $380,000. So yeah, I got stingy in October and November, but we used it in December. We used it a lot, you know. And I've got the 2024 spreadsheets with all the totals ready to go out. Mr. Travis should get that tomorrow. Him and Mr. Darrell, Mr. Clyde should get that tomorrow. Y'all can see all of our total numbers on every part for 2024. Where we're at.
Kevin, while Carl's here, you wanna talk about Garen? Anything?
I don't know how much you all know about the culvert situation that we're experiencing at Garen and how those culverts have been failing for some time. We approached the Tunica Biloxi tribe in November, I think, maybe October, about removing those culverts, trying to relieve some of the flooding that's happening in downtown Marksville when we have significant rainfall events. The tribe did agree to remove the culverts with some stipulations as it relates to granting them another access to their property. We've kind of volleyed back and forth about, whether or not they have or do not have significant access to that property as it stands. Even with the way that current access is, that it's not even safe to drive over currently. They have, someone, I don't know that they have, but someone has since condemned that culvert area to where they don't even let anybody pass over it anymore. The suggestion or the ask from the tribe to start was a bridge to cross the canal that had a substantial price tag associated with it, but they've since come back with a gravel drive that would go from the left side of the building, looking at it from Tunica Drive, around the back of the building, over to that parking lot on the north side of the building. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't spoken with them since to know what the significance of them getting to that parking lot on the other side of the building is, but that's been the ask. We discussed it last night. Our engineer estimates that project will cost somewhere in the neighborhood of about $80,000 to provide them a gravel drive to that parking lot. So that's where we are as far as that goes. I did ask Mr. Mark last night during the meeting who installed the cameras, not the cameras, the culverts on that property, and he told me that the police jury did, but he didn't know, he couldn't recollect when that was.
Yeah, it was still open.
And when did that close? Yeah.
When was Katrina?
2005.
Way before that.
Yeah.
30 years.
So plus 30 years. Yeah, it was closed before the casino came into town.
We used that as shelter for Katrina.
It was
Yeah.
closing when the casino came to town, because a lot of them boys went over.
When the bridge failed, Garen was still open, they had to have some access some kind of way. I just suggested going in front of the building. I mean, the police jury could do it. We had the control of it. But when I said that, I just got my butt chewed out. And eliminating that completely. But when they threw them culverts into that first big one that didn't work, and then he came and dug it out and tried to put another one. And it's been a problem ever since.
It used to be a bridge there.
Yep.
But I fell down that ravine.
It's it was quicker to throw a culvert in than build a bridge.
So my question to Mark last night was, since the police jury dropped the culvert there, can the jury just pull the culverts?
Pull them? Yeah, we can dig them up.
Do you have to have permission from somebody?
Tunica Biloxi.
Even though it doesn't, even if you pull the culverts and it doesn't completely cut them off from their property, you still have to get their permission?
I don't know that. It's all private property now, the culverts, there is a parish road that's inside the city limits that stops at the culvert. It's in our inventory, we don't know why, but it's because it's inside the city limits. But when I talked to Tunica Biloxi, they said, we'll get y'all, go ahead and pull them out as soon as Marshall gives us another access. And that's where we sat at, so I just told the same thing I tell y'all on Washington. Whenever y'all ready to come out, as soon as somebody gives us the go-ahead, which will be Tunica Biloxi, I get with the committees and we'll go ahead and yank them out, you know. First I told them we'll take the covers out and put them on your property, and they didn't like that idea. So well, I can take them out, put them on the ground, and then call some people come pick them up for y'all. And they said, yeah, you know. So that's where we're at on that too. You know.
No better answer than I got last night?
I know. They do belong there. You know, it's Tunica Biloxi property, so we're in there. I think they are trying to get some funding in place to build something else in there, but that's still a little ways out.
That's the route to go, to put an access road between the terrace in and the air building.
Yeah.
You don't have to build a bridge, you can build a nice road for what that bridge will cost.
I want to go back to the Washington Street project that we have in the city with. The mayor did call me today and thank you for the help that we provide the city of Martin. Call me on the cell phone tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out more about that tomorrow, hopefully. So I can plan for Monday. All right, anything else? Thank you.
All right. Ms. McDaniel, permits.
So for December, we had 111 permits, not many, so 44 rentals, 22 purchase, 22 electrical, 9 new construction, 2 solar panels, 3 contractor renewals, 5 mobile homes, 1 RV, 1 water well, 1 generator, and 1 commercial fuel tank. We did have a trail ride committee meeting today. Solar farm meets on the 16th at 10 at the barn, and planning commission the 29th at 5.
Any questions?
Oh,
Thank you,
thank you.
ma'am. Ms. Trista, HUD.
All right, we moved 4 new tenants in. We had 5 that got off HUD. I recertified 6. And Mr. Martin did 19 annual inspections, and then he had 1 initial inspection. And that's it.
All right. Amen. Library, Ms. Neely.
Hello. So, we don't have very much to report today. We will be having a board meeting next Wednesday, on January 15th. Here in Marksville at 5 o'clock, and that agenda that I had handed out, will be going over all that in detail, so I encourage anybody or everybody to attend. And we'll be going over all of this at the board meeting to decide on what route to take with the parking lot and all that good stuff.
Are you gonna have one of these every time before you have a meeting? Presentation, the agenda? That's nice. Thank you.
These are for a board meeting. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
I want to congratulate you and Friends of the Library and whoever campaigned and got the tax passed.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I want to thank Mr. Mark Borrell for serving on the library board for 29 years. and not missing a meeting. Cool.
And they have one that's been there longer than that and never missed a meeting. 40-something years.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
and
know
she's still
them, but I
sharp
know
as
you.
ever.
Uh-huh.
She's
And-
still sharp as ever, too.
And she's leaving though,
I know.
moving to New York.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.
Next, I have a letter of abatement. Barry couldn't be here. I'm gonna let Jacob read it for public record.
All right, little abatement officer report for the month of January. DUI complaints filed was 3. Garbage bags picked up 12.5 with evidence, when inside the city limits, so waiting on the moving forward for a citation. 46 tires picked up. 7 active investigations ongoing. 2 nuisance property packets submitted to permit office. 1 blighted property packet submitted to permit office. He had 2 permit checks and 1 violation. Surveillance site set up 1. 1 abandoned vehicle being worked. He's meeting with wildlife and fisheries agents this month to discuss tactics and cameras. He's swearing in on Monday the 13th of January at 8:30. We'll begin mandatory class of sheriff's office. Decal quotes have been submitted, and he says waiting on the lights for the vehicle, and begin work on office building as time permits.
Okay? Wait, yes, sir.
For the record, our abatement officer is going to join me at the Avoyelles Parish School Board this month for their meeting, and he has some information, documentation, and hopefully we can work with the school board and get on next year, for next school year, so where he can go and start teaching the youth. You know, get like 1 school per week, let's just say, and he can stay there for 6-7 hours that day. And have a school each week, and hopefully the school board can approve that, and then also work it into their schedules for next school year, teaching the kids about litter.
I think the Lieutenant Governor's office has some
And then also I
information.
talked to Neely also, and Neely is they're also on board, and they have their initiative with the state too. So I talked to Neely earlier, and hopefully she can, she will get with him also and collaborate together and do as good of a job as we can to hopefully get the parish cleaned up.
And Travis, I think the Lieutenant Governor's office has some handouts you get from them for the schools.
Yep.
That'd be great, that can happen, okay? Engineer?
Good afternoon, my name is Jacob Doce of Pan American Engineers, filling in for Rhett this afternoon. Just one quick update on the health unit generator project. The automatic transfer switch for the generator has been installed, and we got informed today by the contractor that the generator will be delivered to the health unit next Friday, and then it'll be shortly installed after that.
All right.
So we'll need to have someone over there doing the installation.
Yeah.
Probably with the generators again, correct?
Kevin, when we're gonna take bids on these roadway improvements?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Is that it?
Stepped out.
Anything you know about on this first page of these first 4
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
roads?
Yeah.
Head Kevin.
You got any, when we're gonna take bids on on the roadway improvements? Our 4 roads?
Actually, we're meeting on it tomorrow morning with Pan American.
Okay.
And, as soon as Jamie and I finish up some little minor number stuff, we're hoping to take bids in March,
Okay,
something like that.
all right,
March, should happen.
okay,
Most all the designs are all done.
all right. Okay, we can move on to business, and, I wanna apologize, we have a new police sheriff up there, Mr. Darrell Sampson. All right, we lost Mr. Ernest, he's now the, chief of police of Cottonville, so Mr. Darrell, is taking his place, so I just wanted to introduce him to the public. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right.
If you want to make a speech, you can.
Okay. Upcoming business, first up, letter A is gonna be the election of officers at the regular meeting Tuesday. B, Sam, you wanna talk about this?
I can say it again. We need the new appointments or reappointments to the planning commission. They'll go into effect this month.
Do you have you guys' names? We can
Yeah.
give them to Jamie, and that way she can put it on the agenda. I already told her mine.
Yeah, April had a copy of them, of who is with which.
Yeah.
Got your appointment.
Who?
For the-
No, I'm District 2.
Oh,
I did
that's
mine
right.
last year.
It's you, it's you.
It's me, I'm District 1.
Okay.
Steve Martha.
Mine is Brand.
Hold on. Steve Martell.
Is anybody different?
You appoint Brendan?
Anybody out?
No.
I think I might have a different one,
You
Okay.
have Brent.
but I don't have it for
Scanlon.
sure in stone right now.
And look, we've got a good planning commission. If y'all want to leave them in place, that's fine. But we just need to know.
Who's on District 5?
I'm District 5 and
Can you know before Tuesday, you think?
yeah, I'll know for Tuesday.
Okay.
Mine, will continue serving until I find someone else, but they wanna get off. But I'm
Okay,
trying to
who
find
is
somebody.
yours?
Felton Holmes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he,
But I'm
Felton
trying to
wants
find
off?
somebody before Tuesday.
okay.
Well, okay.
I've talked to someone already, and they
If you
gotta make.
find
a
out before Tuesday, call Jamie and give me
7
that.
and 9?
Jamie Rhodes.
1, 3, 5, 7, and 9.
No, who's on 7?
That's not gonna change. That's Ronald
Who's
Coco.
that, Mr. Ronald?
Yep.
Okay, what about 9, Jacob?
Don't keep Jamie still.
Who is 9, Jacob?
Jamie Russ.
Oh, okay. He's gonna stay?
Yeah.
Good.
They do a good
Like
job,
I say.
we got a good crew.
Well, they got a pretty good handle on what they're supposed to do, and they tend to keep it straight.
It's been, they've had a good, busy year, I would
Been some
say.
excitement.
It's been busy on this road. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Need a little variety. All right, C, in your packet, you have these, it's to approve the litter abatement vehicle decals. If you wanna look at that, they're kinda stout,
I wanna say something on
okay?
that. I think that need to go to committee. It haven't been through committee. And, I'm having a meeting Monday, and, plan to have that on the agenda.
Would
You
that be
talking about the road and
maintenance?
bridge?
Yeah.
Vehicles on the road and bridge?
Clyde?
It's under maintenance.
Everything must be on the road and bridge, I guess.
Well, that's the reason.
Well, who would you put this under? Who y'all
I
wanna
don't
put
listen
this
to
under?
committees
We've been
anyway.
doing things under that, just like, I
I
guess it's
just don't-
because you didn't have your, monitors, approved. I'm now not having the vehicles under my committee.
I mean, so you making you gonna make a motion properly to move it to the committee, is what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna move it to committee. It's gonna be on the committee Monday. I'm having a meeting Monday.
Wait, what do you?
But no, I don't know if we can do that, though, Mr. Bennett.
Nope.
Well, I'm just saying because this has been brought for us to be put on the main, so we can't make a motion to do anything today.
Well, I'm not making a motion. It's just like when you brought up the equipment on the bridges, on the vehicles. It went to committee first, and I think this should go to committee too.
All right, I mean, I think we need to make the motion Tuesday to move it to committee.
You have to do that on Tuesday, and that's what we did last time.
Yeah, we need to make a
It was at the
motion
regular
Tuesday to
meeting.
move it to committee. And before we do that, 'cause, I mean, this has been brought before the whole jury. And the jury can decide if it wants to send it to committee. Yeah, that's the way I'm seeing it. Can we do it? I mean, that's the way we need to do it. But you can't have the meeting the next Monday after the,
I'm having a meeting Monday.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, but the meeting's this Monday, isn't it?
Right. Mhm.
No, talking about he's having this committee this coming Monday,
Yeah.
but this is gonna be on the agenda for Tuesday,
This is
is what
on
I'm
the
saying.
agenda for
So we
Tuesday.
can't
You
put,
can't
send it
change
to
it
a
until
committee
Tuesday.
before. Tuesday night, we can say, hey, we wanna send this to the committee. Well, you can have another one have back-to-back meetings on Monday, okay? But I mean, y'all need to look at that, I mean, that's kinda, it's pretty stout, pretty stout. So, all right, letter D is, canvas election returns, that would be over for the, at the library millage.
No, sir, that was for Mr.
Oh,
Ernest.
oh, it's from Mr. Ernest. Okay. All right, E is apply for the LGAP $100,000 for limestone and street improvements. Kevin, you wanna hit on that? That's just normal?
We do it every year.
Yeah, we do it every year. That was the amount that Jerry had, talked about doing, if I remember right.
Okay.
And Pan American has all that done. There was just a conflict that they couldn't be here tonight, but it will be here Tuesday. Pan American will be.
Do you know anything about this, next one, Dale?
Yes, that's for the, water district.
We do it every year for
Yeah,
Southwest.
every year. They've already got some projects in place, with a cap, we're setting a cap 100,000, so it's gonna be a multi-year project. No out-of-pocket for the jury on that. It's, Southwest Water, it's, I think it's, some new meters they're gonna be putting in all the way through.
Computer meters.
Yeah, computer meters.
Okay.
I didn't know this
All right.
a long time ago.
Letter G, Alan?
We're gonna reappoint, members to Water District 1. Tracy Tossan, Trent Clark, and Jimmy Armand for 6 months.
Okay. I saw Mr. Trent here. Hey, Mr. Trent. All right, H, Mr. Benson.
Health unit quote, we're doing a war room at the health unit, and, I have the quote,
It's in the packet, right?
it'll be in the packet for, it should be in the packet, yeah.
Okay. Y'all wanna
Yeah, that's in the packet.
look those over? They're in your packet. All right. Sam, aye?
Yeah, Bucky Rotary Club is celebrating their 100th year, and they're asking for a declaration from the parish.
You got that?
I have it.
Yeah.
It's in the
It's in
packet.
here.
Okay.
It's in the
all right.
packet.
All right, and Jay?
And they're also gonna have a party on Sunday, the 2nd of February, in Bunkie, which everybody will be invited to,
When is it? February 2nd.
February 2nd, at 2 p.m. It's a Sunday, at 2 p.m.
All right, letter J, Sam. Bayou Rouge.
Oh, Bayou Rouge Road.
Bayou Rouge Road is the lower section of Bayou Rouge Road. There's, 2 landowners involved. The jury has not maintained the road since I've been here. It is a turn road. We have the coordinates from the Cornwall Bridge to some people's property on the far end. The 2 landowners there, they do have a written agreement already for passage of the 2 landowners to get to their property. So, they have the paperwork, they'll have that back to us all signed before the meeting. And we'll pass it out to y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, and we cannot maintain a road that we've not been maintaining anyway.
So we're gonna call public hearing?
Yes, I already told them that, they would give,
Okay.
once the jury approved it, have to have a public hearing in February on that.
All right. Okay, Jacob?
All right, also have 2 reappointments for the Avoyelles Water District 1 board. Reappointments Lloyd Dakota and Mr. Harold Wansdale to the board.
Okay. All right, then, any other business need to be discussed? Brought before? All right.
Yeah, but Kevin,
Sir?
please take that tree out before it falls on the car.
Yeah, we
in the
talked,
parking lot.
I'm gonna work on it, spotter on it this morning.
Joey, that's the one that's dead in the other one fell the other day.
We picked that one up.
Yeah,
It didn't hit nothing, no?
do they have court tomorrow?
Have a small doctor
Yeah, but I think you could grab the tree and just pull it out the ground, the whole thing, and put it in the
Yeah,
truck.
that's what I told them this morning.
Yeah, you don't have to
They
cut
might
nothing.
get it tomorrow, depending on what.
Yeah, great. Okay, if there's no other business, meeting's adjourned. Good night.
No.